Hello, and this is Carrie from Your Level Best, and today I'm talking about a lifestyle change for healthier eating. The reason I'm talking about lifestyle changes for healthier eating, this is an extension of my conversation in the last video. The last video I talked about many ways you can make small changes in a lifestyle change for weight loss, but I want to go a little bit more in depth about diet. Now, a lot of people look at diet as suffering. It's about eating less, eating way less than you want, and eating stuff that you don't like. And so I can understand why people don't want to go into healthier eating, because it's depressing, it's suffering, it's eating stuff you don't want, and I get it. However, if you want to be successful in changing your diet, you need to actually change your method. Now, a lot of people go on diets, and whether it's keto or low fat or paleo or gluten-free, these are diets that are temporary, because I don't know anybody who's kept their weight off by staying on these diets. They're very hard to maintain. So what I'm suggesting is, instead of trying to do temporary things, actually make small changes in your diet to things that are better suited for you and changes that you can keep for life, instead of trying to do temporary things. So here are some steps that I recommend that you take in order to move towards a healthier lifestyle and a healthier diet. So look at where you're at right now. Do you eat healthy already, but maybe fell off the wagon a little bit? You're not far off, but maybe you gained 5 pounds over, a life change or something like that. If you're like that, you don't need to make huge changes. But if you're somebody who's never actually eaten healthy before, and you need to make a lot of changes in order to get where you want to go, that's going to be a lot harder. So you need to know where you stand before you decide to make the changes. The second thing is in regards to calorie counting. Now, I have a pretty strong opinion about calorie counting. I know there are some folks that say you must journal from the very beginning, and then there are other folks who say that, okay, well, I don't really calorie count. And typically those who say they don't calorie count are also folks that can exercise way more than the rest of us, and to them they don't need to calorie count because they exercise like a fiend. But the way I'm looking at this is a combination of both. And here's what I'm talking about. You do need to know how much you're eating in order to cut the amount of calories you need in order to get to the weight you want. But if you're way off, if you are somebody who's been eating unhealthy their entire lives and also eating portions that are humongous, counting calories at the beginning may be too stressful. And here's why. If you're looking at making those changes, and let's say you actually count calories, if you're way off, and you look at it and say, oh my God, I'm eating 3,000 calories a day and I'm eating all this unhealthy food. Oh my gosh, I can't make this change. It's very stressful. And why stress yourself out when you need to make smaller changes in order to get where you can calorie count? I suggest you calorie count right away if you're very close to your goal. So if you just gain 5 pounds, it's easy to go back and calorie count and adjust to get towards your goal. But I suggest don't start calorie counting if you're way far off, because it's easier to make small changes. So if you're drinking, let's say, a 12-pack of regular pop every day, it's better to say, okay, well, maybe I will try and drink 6. Or if I'm comfortable, maybe I will switch from the pop to water, or even pop to diet. It's hard, but it's way easier than trying to count calories. So make small changes first, and make a bunch of small changes. And then when you're ready to move towards calorie counting, move towards calorie counting, but don't start there right away. And figure out what you can't live without. A lot of us have foods that we can't live without. I, for one, like sweets. I'm not a chocoholic, but let me tell you something. I like a piece of chocolate over a piece of fruit, and I like fruit. Maybe for you it's pasta or something else, but you need to figure out what you can't live without, because when you're adjusting your diet and you're cutting out things you love, then you're gonna fail. It's just that simple. You're gonna fail. You can work those things in. Just figure out how you can work them in. With pasta, for example, that's like 200 calories a cup. So you need to figure out, okay, well, this is 200 calories. If I have a cup of pasta, what else can I add to it to make this within my calorie count? It just takes a little bit of thought in order to do that. So think about what you like and then work it into your diet. And you may find as you're working towards a healthier diet, some of the things you absolutely had to have in the beginning become less of a temptation or less interesting as you move on. So now that I've given you some steps, I want to talk a little bit about getting into a healthier diet when it comes to the people around you. One of the barriers to eating healthy is our families and friends. It's hard when you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle when your family and friends aren't exactly supportive, because that can happen a lot if you're married and you have a spouse that doesn't support you, or kids that don't support you, or family that doesn't support you. That's really hard. But what you can do is change your habits. Change what you do. And don't let everybody else control what you do. So if you want to eat healthier, look at what you're doing. Don't try and change anybody else, just change yourself. And they will come along when they see the progress you're making. Those are things that will help them change too if they want to. And let's say you go to grandma's house and she always cooks this beautiful lasagna that's like a bazillion calories, but now that you're eating healthier, you're not eating it anymore. And she says, oh my gosh, what's going on? And tries to push you into eating it. Well, a lot of people equate food with love. So there's nothing really bad about that, but it's hard when you're changing something you've done always. And all you have to do is say, I'm changing a little bit. I love you. I still love you. I'm just not going to eat your lasagna anymore because I'm trying to do things a little bit healthier. And it may not work right away, but keep at it. And if you're having a lot of problems going to family get-togethers where people are being passive-aggressive, excessively negative, you may have to stop going for a little while. And that seems a little bit harsh because we love our families and we don't want to separate ourselves from all the good times. But if people are stressing you out in your family, your friend circle, when going out with them makes it worse, say, look, I don't like the way you're treating me. I'm going to step back a little bit and I'm not going to come and see you guys unless you could treat me better. And that a lot of times stops the negative behavior, because if they really want to see you and they really care about you, they're going to stop the negative behavior so you come to see them again. But on the flip side, make sure that you, with your healthier lifestyle, don't become pushy yourself. Because one of the things that when we have a healthier lifestyle, we want other people to come along with us. And it makes us happy. It's like, hey, we're doing really well. See my healthy lifestyle. You guys need to come along. Come on. You need to eat healthier. Come on. And one of the things I said the first time around is, don't try and force people to do this unless they want to. And you gotta want to in order to have a healthy lifestyle. So if they're not ready yet, don't try and force them to be ready, because the more you force them, the less likely they'll do it. They'll dig in their heels and say, I'm not doing this. I can't believe you're trying to force me to do this. But they may see what you're doing and ask you about it. Then you can kind of tell them what's going on and you can refer them to our site. So remember, don't become pushy yourself with the healthy lifestyle. Let people decide for themselves when they're ready. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned to other videos. One of the things I'm going to be doing in subsequent videos is I'm going to be talking about how to change your diet, because right now these are just some basic steps, but I want to show more on the prep side, where you take a recipe and actually make it a little bit healthier, adjust it for your taste and what kinds of things you're trying to do. So stay tuned for those videos. If you like this video, leave a comment below and let us know how we're doing, and also let us know if you have topics you want us to talk about. And please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.